folks, man. I got this, yeah.
Finn versus Pan.
Welcome back, Forts fans, to another 1v1 replay commentary here on SynergyGamingTV. We've got a bit of a battle going on here between these two guys. On the left-hand side, playing Pinch Fist, it's Finn. And on the right, the same opponent as last time, playing Pinch Fist as well, it's Pan W. So, I'm actually really starting to like these players. I think Finn is well on his way to really starting to showcase exactly what he's capable of. Pan has got some incredibly different and unique play styles in many different ways. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Narf in some ways. For those of you guys who may or may not know Narf, they've got, I think, one replay commentary of him on the channel somewhere. But let's get into this right now. I'd love to see different opening strategies right off the bat. You can see here, Finn is rocking out the workshop here, and Pan is working out the armory. This is going to be, hopefully, an epic battle here. Lots of extra building from Finn, though. I'm not sure exactly why we're spending these kind of resources. Pan going for the complete economic dumpster fire. You know, swelling up this grapefruit of love here, getting 7 mines on that. I'm running out of ball jokes that haven't been used already. But he's got the maximum economy rocking out there. But you can see here Finn taking a little bit more of a actually, I don't even know what to say that, because if it was an economic approach, he would have, let's say, a conservative approach here. Not spending those resources on mines, but rather early defenses. If we hit the F8 key here, we can see that we're before 2 minutes, and we're adding in defenses. This is a mistake. As we've talked a little bit about in some of the tutorial videos here on the channel, we know that you want to add your defenses to your base after you get your weapons placed and down. Now, that could be slightly different, obviously, for a mortar type game. But typically with tier 2 technologies, you want to defend your base after you have the... what am I trying to say? After you have your tier 2 technology down and your weapon down, then while the weapon is building, you want to defend your base. I'm actually liking this. I'm going to take a snapshot of this. Chikango. We're going to... I like this, because this is going to be upgraded mortars with miniguns. So rather than moving into armory technology to get shotguns, he's simply just going to use miniguns, which is something I need to implement a lot more into my gameplay. This is going to be an interesting strategy. Now, keep in mind here that we're running single doors at this moment, so if Pan happens to get some sort of a whiff of what might be happening, we could see an AP sniper here to take out these minigunners. That's a big investment moving into minigun technology. Now, something also that I really like to see and could do, I'm a big fan of the Commander Armadillo. As you can see, we're not having that in this match, but I've always been a big fan, so having AP miniguns for Armadillo is actually pretty awesome. So keep that in mind, guys. For those of you guys that are looking for another commander outside of Pinch Fist. Oh, bit of a whiff there. He didn't have one of his mortars were aimed there. It hit the small testy above the gonad here. But hopefully he's going to have that re-aimed. Or he had that on purpose, where he had one aiming up high and the other two aiming at the base so that the gunners shoot. Nope. Incorrect. He actually didn't have it set up. So this is something to be a little bit scary about here. You can see that Pan is hiding some gunners in behind this small tumor of a ball. And he's using the gunners to be hiding back there. That was really bad English. Using the gunners to be hiding back there. Wow. Hiding the gunners behind the small expansion node island ball. Oh, and he does manage to clip it. Finn applying some major pressure with those minigunners right now. Mike, the minigunner, and his entourage working it out pretty good here. We are going to have the mortars reloading, firing. Not firing. We've got a sniper down below. Now, I think in this specific situation, this was a mistake. I would have liked to see Finn build up here with background bracing and get a Seymour sniper because he sees more up here to give a downward angle on the gunner sitting in here, and it'll also give him an opportunity to shoot this sniper a little bit easier. I love to see buzzsaws coming out. That's fantastic. Although I would not have placed it in front of my core. That is going to be dangerous. A single door in front of the core, that is basically saying, Pan, shoot me here. You can see here too that Finn has expanded to 5 mines. Unfortunately, with the build he's decided to do here, instead of having this mortar up here in the front, so he could have added the 6th and 7th mine, he's going to have this mortar gunner. Mortar, just, I think it's just mortar for plural. The mortar is going to be here in the way, so he won't be able to place down that last mine. Lots of background bracing here. Some 3x3s looking good. Great snipe from Pan. That's exactly what I like to see in these games. Gets that door snipe looking good. And then another snipe from Pan. Man, that's like a 360 no scope in COD when you're able to aim like that. Fantastic aiming abilities coming out of Pan here right now. This is the situation Finn is running into. A little bit of a difficulty here. He's not having an easy time landing these mortars. I'm thinking expanding back here and then adding some additional mortars if that's the route he wants to go to. And that's exactly what I was expecting. Very, very common with mortar builds. Geiger's done it to me plenty of times. When I go a mortar build, great cannon shot coming out of Pan. When I go a mortar build, typically they just splash flak above the mortars, and it makes it very, very, very difficult to defend properly. You can build up here in the front so that the flak has to explode higher up, but it does create some pressure. Selling off the mortars, it's looking like Finn is going to move, or he's going to try and get the additional mine down here. All right. This is going to be a bad situation here right now. Finn is definitely going to be in trouble. Pan absolutely applying some serious map control here, using that cannon to its maximum ability, taking out the turbines, applying some core damage earlier on that shot, and then he's just building this trash heap of an expansion. But it's going to serve the function exactly as he needs to. Great snipe from Finn. Finally gets that one dialed in. Takes out the Seymour sniper. But now he's in this transition phase. He's got technology sitting behind single doors. And a great shot. We've talked about many, many times in many videos about the weak spot on bases. If you're not having solid bracing above the core, this is exactly where cannons are going to shoot. Having that downward arc come in here can apply some serious splash damage to the core. This needs to be filled in completely. All that filled in. And get that moving out of the way. I'm not exactly sure what Finn is trying to do here. He seems to be fluttering just a little bit. So he's coming up with a plan. Taking a look over here at Pan. He's using that sniper to apply some pressure. He's got the flak there. For some reason... No, he's just chilling. Chilling with the flak. We've got the cannon should be done reloading here right now. And now we're going to have some EMPs. Applying a little bit of pressure there, which is a great opportunity for Seymour the sniper to apply some more pressure to the gunners, right? As those doors open, you can see here, Pan fires the EMP and then grabs his sniper, waits for the doors to open, and then tries to get a pick. Another great shot through the door there, applying some damage to the technologies. That's going to be an incredibly expensive repair bill. It's very important that you try and hide your technologies on the back side of the base. Something like this battery should probably be up here with the technology back here. Very, very important here. This is going to be a big problem for Finn. If he has to keep repairing those technologies, he's really going to run out of resources quick. Another rocket coming from Pan. That's going to hit the core and disable the sniper. Finn is in some serious trouble here right now. Pan is absolutely controlling the map here right now. Going to be difficult for Finn to make a comeback on this one, especially when EMPs are able to disable the core. All right, you can see here Pan following up. As we've talked lots about, typically the more inexperienced players tend to have a hard time continuing to expand and continuing to spend those resources, although Finn's not going to have much at this specific moment. You can see Pan here's got a little bit of resources. He's just going to keep expanding and growing. He's going to keep moving up and adding additional weapons here to eventually to the point where the economy of Finn will be completely depleted as Pan continues to apply damage. Finn having in a real bad way here right now. A real bad way right now. Figuring out who he is. Always the chat here. As you guys know, they have changed the replay commentaries here now, so they've hidden who the players are in the replays. So unfortunately, now the players have to ask. So if the players just decide to remain anonymous, we don't have a way to figure out which players were in the game. Now, this is going to be a bit of a trouble situation here. Hopefully, Finn will be able to get maybe a door snipe here or something like that and apply some pressure here. But Pan is definitely controlling this game completely. You can see here Finn has filled in all of his stuff here. We've got a cannon building back there. But we do need to see Finn drop down that tier 2 technology again so we can follow up with additional weapons. I'd really actually like to see him finish off the economy here. It's going to be absolutely... oh my goodness. And a shot! There it is! Finn coming in with a door snipe. Absolutely stupendous. Fantastic to see players having a bit of a time trying to transition into the second stage of the game after applying some tier 1 pressure. It's fantastic to see players like Finn manage to get the door snipe off there to buy him a little bit of more time. You can see here Pan has done the spaced out armor. That's going to be very, very difficult for Finn to try and penetrate through here. Doors are tanking it relatively well. This is a good map for other commanders other than Pinchfist. Now, something I'd really like to see in the ranked scenario is the map to be decided before commanders are picked. I really think we'd start to see some diversity in the commander selections. I also think that micro patches for the commanders need to happen. We need to start seeing some commander balances, even if they're just slight little buffs. They don't need the testers involved. They can simply just take commanders like Hurricane, buff up his active to 120% reload speed, and let the meta and the players figure it out. And if something is totally broken, then they just roll it back. It's not that big of a deal. Games like MOBAs, like Dota and League of Legends, with their heroes and their champions, do stuff like that all the time. I don't see why Forts can't do the same thing. It can't take the programmers very, very long to dive in and just change some variables and fire out a new patch and see how the meta and the players handle it. Great shot coming here from Pan. Applying some of that economic pressure onto Finn. I'd really like to see Finn expand his economy. We have seen typically in these top tier matches, the player that doesn't expand their economy is typically the one who loses. That's obviously excluding the nuke rushes. Oh, whiffs the shot there. Great job on Pan. Not replacing the cannon there, but placing it somewhere else. We know this, that it's very common for, again, more inexperienced players to just continuously replace the same weapon in the same spot rather than moving it around. I love to see the buzzsaw coming out of Finn here to try and take down this tower. That would have absolutely been an entire game changer had that buzzsaw actually taken down the tower here. You can see Pan reinforcing his tower to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. Oh, but look at that. Finn gets the buzzsaw coming down here before the armor was finished. Another armor shot here. Is he going to apply some splash damage to the mines there? Another little bit of damage. Ugh! That's that thing. As we've said many times before, single doors, double doors, especially having technology right behind your weapons and right above the core like that is not good. Is not good. Alright, especially on a map like Balls where you have tons of room to expand down, tons of room to expand up, to have gunners in a tight, compact situation like this around the core just isn't needed. Finn with another door snipe! Absolutely no. What? What? Are you serious? Unbelievable! I absolutely did not see that coming. I was absolutely stunned by that victory, you guys. What a game shot from Finn. The door snipes are real. Holy crap. That is amazing. Guys, that was Finn versus Pan W, Pinchfist versus Pinchfist.